Man, driving back from getting some work on the old Boomobile, and I impromptu, as I stated, was looking for a park to hike in or walk or just walk around in the grass, lay in the grass, something around in Anaheim. Realizing we used to live in Anaheim when my dad was with the Angels for a period of time. So some of it was familiar. I did not think that when I looked up on maps, the first park that was going to pop up was going to be Knott's Berry Farm. Knott's Berry Farm was where we would go as children. Our families, parents would take us, and we'd spend birthdays, we'd spend summers. Knott's Berry Farm was it. It was the place. So I have many memories in that place, but many of the memories were me not being tall enough to do a lot of the rides, me not being adult enough to be able to experience a lot of the shops. And so to be able to revisit that park impromptu while my rig was getting upgraded for the last 4 or 5 hours, and to be able to just roll in with no lines, no anything, and be able to experience the park the way I did was something that was very, I don't know, it was electric to the depths of nostalgia, to adventure, because there were fantasies I created in that park, in that specific ghost town area, that were log cabin, that were gold mining, that were, mountain-esque, as I get back from Shasta, a trip to Shasta for my birthday, as we got back. So there were things that I daydreamed of when I was little there that ended up manifesting just throughout my life that I still hold on to. One that has yet to be realized is the bed underneath a hot air balloon, Pippi Longstocking in the South Seas. Haven't created that yet, but that's coming. And if I could smash and grab one item in history, I would think it would be like a Viking ship or an old school pirate ship, just those huge like 8-sail big wooden ships. Anyway, highlight of the trip, today's Knott's Berry Farm trip, had to be I'm in line for the log flume, the river ride, and there's a gentleman in front of me, and he's by himself, or appears to be by himself, and he keeps looking over his shoulder, kind of wondering if I'm with the 2 younger kids up in front of him. I'm like, no. So then the ride attendants are like, how many in your party, to him? And he's like, just one. And she goes, one? Okay, here. And then she goes, how many in your party? I'm like, just one. And she's like, really? And then he turns around, he's like, come on. So he's like, I don't want to go in front. So I got in front on the log flume. He was the section behind me. And he's FaceTiming his family, and I can hear him. And he's like on the ride, FaceTiming his kids and his wife, and he's sharing, and he's just laughing, and we're getting all freaking soaked and all this stuff. And I'm filming my part of the ride. We get done with the ride, and he's like, you come here often? I'm like, no. I'm like, I haven't been back that I know of since I was like 7, 8, or 9 years old, because we used to live here. So this is something that's like 35, 40 some years in the making of me coming back to experience this place again. I'm like, what about you? He's like, I work right down the road. I come here on my lunch break like 3 or 4 times a week. And he comes here 3 or 4 times a week. He has a seasonal pass, so it costs nothing. And he just rides the rides totally on his own, living it up. And then he actually, we embraced before he left. He's just like, stay young, brother. And then just took off. I mean, the dude's like a 60-year-old something, just gone into the park by himself. And I thought that was something really special. And that's the point of me even posting any of this shit. Like, what's the point? Follow impulse. Act on it. If you can't, prepare so you can be impulsive. Some of the coolest things happen when you don't plan it, when you're not even thinking about it, when you just go on feel. I am so feel-driven. It's sick, and it works out every time. because if it doesn't, I learn something and I get stronger and I get scarred and I get evolved and I adapt and I heal, and that's just the way we roll. But if you aren't prepared to live this way, prepare yourself to live this way and then actually live this way. I can't emphasize this enough. Nostalgia, chase it. Experience the things. Stay youthful. The concept of aging and what everyone's saying about what supposedly is without choice going to happen to you as you get older, that is not true. The stories you've been sold are not true about how
in 2 miles, take exit 41B for Encinitas Boulevard.
About how the body even works. It doesn't work that way. So it's not mentally fucking trip yourself out into being youthful, or oh, it's a mindset and just say you're youthful. And no, because there's people crippled in bed saying they're youthful. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about actual action, using the basic physiology that we have, the rules and laws that we are all governed by, using those for your advantage. Not just mindsets, not attitude, but fucking action based on that to then actualize all these realizations that you want, because there is no limit to what the human body can't regenerate, can't adapt to, can't experience, as long as you can sense it and imagine it. That's the point. In this world, there are sensations you've been equipped with that you have not even come close to experiencing. And don't be settling for, well, I did that when I was 7 to 12 to 20 years old. Oh, I wish I could. That's bullshit. So prepare to live and then live, actually live. And if you're not prepared, your body will tell you and it'll just let you know. You can't live that way. You got to prepare a little more and then be able to go do it. Do it. But my Knott's Berry Farm trip today, impromptu, I hope, triggers you to go do this shit. And then when you tell it to people, it's the, really? Are you serious? And everyone's like, holy shit, that's awesome. And what did I walk away with? 2 of these beauties. Knives. Knott's Berry Farm is my
in
my
half a
arms.
mile, take exit 41B for Encinitas Boulevard.
Knott's Berry Farm is my arms dealer. Why knives? Because there was a knife shop, an antique knife shop that I was never allowed to get knives at, obviously. Because I was 6, 7, or 8 years old, so smart parents, okay. But I got knives this time. I had to be escorted out because you can't carry them in the park. That's just me leaving. Plus, I got a long stem pipe.
Take exit 41B.
Like organic cherry tobacco, homemade, and that's a pretty badass type of souvenir.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Encinitas Boulevard.
Get an idea? Act on it. See something you want to do? Go fucking do it.
Turn left onto Encinitas Boulevard.
Last time I checked. One time. Wherever we go after this, that's cool, but right now you're in this composite and there is no limit to what it can do. Act on it, be impulsive. If the body says you can't, now you know your level of preparation you got to exceed in everything that you're going to do in your life. Not just training, that's the easy part. That's the simple part. It's factoring in everything else that allows the adaptations from your inputs. But prepare to a level greater than anything, and that's the stuff I like. Going to a van upgrade place and they're like 4 to 5 hours. Boom, perfect. You need a ride? No, hell no. I got this. Google Maps, parks in the area, Knott's Berry Farm, gone. Till next time. Might have to get Knott's Scary Farm tickets for Cassie and I.